All right, just gonna give it a few minutes before I get into it. Just came across a bit of information, which I'm sure it's not new. I'm sure brothers have already probably seen it. Um, but I just wanted to go over it again because there's some stuff right here. These devils they definitely come in with some heavy artillery. All right. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Now, this title was inspired by first it was an article that I was reading here from ZeroHedge.com, and it has a video along with it that goes into basically you can see these autonomous drones flying through the forest, right? Avoiding, that's this video here. I'm gonna play it in a minute, but they basically going through the forest, right? Avoiding branches, bamboo trees, all of that stuff. They just flying through, basically like what you see, like if you were to see in a movie, if they have like drones. For those who've seen the Spider-Man movie, I think it was the second one with Tom Holland. Um, oh boy, it was the one with the guy who's able to manipulate, make Mysterio or something like that. He was wearing green and like a purple cape, and he was able to use drones to, move around and portray some um, false reality. Nevertheless, so I started off with that, right? And I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. I was going to do a video on that, but then the spirit had me look up these robots here. Right now, this is from Boston Dynamics. And I'm gonna just go back a bit and play this video, and you can see for yourself what these robots do. And I mean, they moving. All right, them robots are moving, man. They are moving, and you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna just play the video, and you can see, and then I'll leave it to you to judge what do you think they're possibly gonna be using them for. All right, so I'm gonna play real quick. Check this out. This robot did a backflip. 2 backflips. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this one. Yo, hold on 1 second, man. These robots done this one right here just did a whole parkour jump over this thing here. And then it just did 1 backflip and another backflip along with this robot here. And you can see how they're moving their head. Now hold on 1 second. They doing shit that regular people can't even do. It's not everybody that could just jump, do a backflip like that, and they're actually moving. All right. Now this was August 17, 2021. All right. And this video came out. I'm gonna play it one more time. All right, you can see how they're moving. But this ain't no joke because you gotta imagine, well, what purpose? Because whatever they release in video form or whatever to the public, there's always a much more advanced version of it that already exists. They just release it to the public in little increments. So let's take a look at that again. Look at this guy. Yo. At the same time. You see him? He got his hands up. He's doing taunt over there. Nah. Listen, man. This ain't no joke. Now, I saw a video. I'm gonna see if I could try to find it again. There was one of a robot being able to shoot. Like it can hold a gun. And I'm not talking about moving like every two increments. No, this robot had hands. It was like looking like one of these humanoid robots. And it could run, you could kick it, and then it will get back up, and it will do so this technology is there, is active. Now there's a concept like a movie trailer scene, like a what do they call them things? It's not a full official movie, but it's like sort of like a short clip of it. And I forgot the name of it, but it damn, if I find it, maybe I'll put it up in some form. But you had basically these characters, the main characters, they had like spiritual power, and so they were being hunted down. Like anybody that had that kind of power, they would come against you, and it was hard. Now I think the main character's power was electricity, so it was hard for them to work. They had to basically move like immigrants, right? Who they'll be looking for jobs, like off the book jobs, that kind of thing. And when they were found out, they sent these kinds of robots after them. And the robots were like attached to the bottom of like this code 8. Code 8, that's the one, the water, yep. Code 8. And these robots were attached to the bottom of this aircraft. And this aircraft, once it found you, the robots would be released and they would fall like from a high, altitude and just land down. Boom. Then they'll just get up and then they'll just point the gun at you and they'll start moving. Right? And they will kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like they tell you whatever. If they've been programmed to just kill you, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Now the thing about robots is you may be dealing, like, let's say a cop, right? You hide behind a car on the other side of it. The cop can't see you, so he'll be talking, yo, don't come out, I'm gonna shoot you, that kind of thing. Now these robots, they even catch a inch of your shoulder or some part of you. They can detect that. They can look at the car and they can scan the car and see what part of is it, like the window? Is it what part of it? Can they look under the car and see your feet? You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes, because the way the robots think is through algorithms. They don't think like us, So they and these algorithms are used to find what's the most efficient way to get a job done. That's what they use with these Chinese flying drones. All right. So what's the most efficient way I could get this job done? They can run all different types of simulation. Okay, what are possible moves that this guy could try to make if he's pinned against that car? And if I start moving forward, what are the next possible moves that he could possibly try to do? And they can anticipate those things, you know? So, I mean, it's like when they use autocomplete. Here it is. You start typing, and or autocorrect. You start typing, and it's like putting down a whole bunch of possible things that you might want to type. So that was the first one, the first video. Now Boston Dynamics, they have a lot of different ones. I believe they're the same ones that have the dogs, the robot dogs. All right. So this ain't a joke. There was talk about super soldiers, not too long ago. And now you got these robots out here, because you got to think about it, right? When, like, say there's a crazy ass outbreak of something, and they're like, look, we're not going to send in people. We'll rather send in these robots because, what I'm saying, number one, they're expendable. And number two, that can cut down the risk of yada yada yada. So at some point, instead of having people policing the streets in certain areas, you can just send out these robots and these drones. All right, them drones. Look, I'm gonna play it to you. And this looks like everything you be seeing in the movies. All right, and you can see in this image here, in another experiment, Zhao and his team showed the drone swarm could track a human target through a field of trees. You see that? They could track a human target through a field of trees. Now, you got to now think about it. Like, how is it that um in all the movies and shows that you see where they use this kind of technology, there's like one main kind of way it's used, right? And then now you're starting to see them developing this technology with that kind of capability. And yet, the cover they always hide behind is something to help. Oh, we can use this for search and rescue missions. If something happens, you can use it. Well, what else could you use it for? You know, what they call that? Contact tracing. That's something interesting because everybody got windows for the most part. So these drones pull up, they know your address. You just see a freaking swarm of drones outside your window, and boom, facial recognition. They'd already picked you up, found out where you are, found out who you were in contact with. And these are autonomous, right? They're not controlled. So I'm gonna play this here. Yeah, actually zoom in a bit and let you take a look at that. You hear that? An algorithm guides the robots to avoid collision and fly efficiently and coordinate as a team. So they're literally just as part of an experiment, they said. But this is pretty much where the world is headed. Some 1984 George Orwell, type joint. Yeah, yep. They yeah, they'll normalize it by saying that the causes for it, they'll make it seem as though it's helpful, convenient, right? Move this back a bit. So they'll like do it for like deliveries, reach places that people can. Now you got to think about this, right? Why do they need to be able to maneuver through um, crowded areas while detecting people and all that? Because if you look in like a lot of the communities where Jake and people live, especially in America, a lot of these areas are you got street lights, you got cars, you got buildings, right? You got all these things all around. So if you were to send out drones in a city, they need to be able to maneuver and not crash into buildings. If they had to go through a window, they need to be able to do that. Okay. Now you have certain drones that can just be used for scouting, but you also have armed drones that have guns on them, mounted on them, either on top of them, in front of them, or under them. All right. So when you see these things, this is not like, oh, you guys are always thinking straight up of the worst case. Motherfucker, what you mean? What if somebody went and bought a gun? Would you straight up think about the best case? Somebody just went, yo, look, yo, you know what I'm saying? I got all these guns over here, right? You think, well, what's the worst case scenario that can go down with this? Because you got to prepare for the worst. Now, you still got people that are going about living their everyday lives, and they're missing out. They're missing on all of this. If they were to come across something like this, they'd say, "Oh, cool! Wow, that's totally rad, dude. Look at that. Did you see what the robot did? It did a whole backflip." Yeah, it did. That's the problem. What's so bad about that? What's so bad about that? You never seen the movie I Robot? You never seen any movie with robots, Avengers, Age of Ultron, all of that? And that's called predictive programming. So they're moving to a world which we've been saying this full of it's just technology. That's the new thing. You're gonna have part human, part technology, full on full technology, damn near talking animals. You know what I'm saying? Like these devils are trying to shift to some I forgot what video game. I think it's called Detroit um Detroit Human, something like that, Beyond Human, some I forgot the name of it, but I think there's some video game like that out there where it's like that. You have the futuristic things all around. You got Klaus Schwab talking about putting a charagma inside your head to where you can basically send your thoughts to somebody else that has it. Technological telepathy, right? And in a society like that, you having robots, they're gonna have. I wouldn't be surprised if they have these humanoid or female robots as like brothels and stuff like that. You know, this is the kind of world that they're trying to push. Okay, and you think, and so for us that are against this kind of push, what you think they're gonna want to do? They're gonna want to eliminate us. All right. They really have many precepts lined up, but I want to go to the book of Second Thessalonians, second chapter. All right, because these devils, man. I mean, if they were left, oh, Detroit Become Human, Khan. I believe it might be that one. But if these devils were left to do whatever they want to do without any divine intervention, what do you think would become of the world? The shit. You know what? The world would look like the Matrix when for those who've watched it to the end, when Neo and them finally went, I think they went above ground and they saw how the machines had just I mean, they just taken over everything, sucked the life out of Earth, you know? The Earth was just looking like a wasteland. And that's what would happen if these devils were allowed to stay in power. There would actually come a point where you would see the Earth on a time scale of extinction. Life would be sucked like the Lion King when Scar was ruling, and all the life was sucked out. Everything was just bland and dry and dead. That's what this devil is trying to do, man. He's trying to what I'm saying, push this out here. The movie The First Purge, they show you that when they send all them drones, out there. That's what these devils do. And they're trying to feed you uh 3D printed meats and synthetic food. Everything is just technological based. So now they just want to make you, because that technology is how they perform their miracles. So they have that control with that technology, and that's what they want to do. But that's why the scripture says it's going to be a time like never before. Because imagine you got like super soldiers, you got these robots, robot dogs, drones that are searching you out, being able to look through walls, detect your heat signatures. How the hell how are we going to be able to survive in a world like that when they're going to be purposely seeking out people like us? Well, of course, we're going to need some divine intervention from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Ain't no way we're going to survive. Look, man, even Samson needed super strength. All right. When you look at the situations in which he was in, if he didn't have his strength, he would have been screwed up. Right? He took out them 1,000 Philistines, right, with a jawbone of an ass. Do you know how many troops these people got? And they're not coming with just machetes and stuff. No. They got exosuits. Yeah, one video game that shows that a lot is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You know, they had these exosuits, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. When you look at the specialists, right, the characters you can use, they show you like the abilities, the superhuman abilities that they're able to do. Wolverine, um, Deadpool, Captain America, all these people who've had experiments done on them, and they show you these concepts in movies. And people are so happy. Oh yeah, Captain America. Oh yeah, Wolverine. Now in one of the movies, Wolverine, I think it was called Logan, there was a scene where they sent another Wolverine, another Logan after him, and he was a much younger one. You know, so I mean, the level that this devil, the level this devil is on is no joke, man. It's no joke. All right, I'm gonna start this here. This is Second Thessalonians 2:4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." And that's he can't do that through the spiritual, so he has to use the carnal. And his closest is through technology. All right. Do you know how much work goes into being able to design a robot that can do this, do backflips and parkour? It takes years for human beings to learn how to do parkour and to program a robot that can move. And you're gonna have these robots that can run in real time speed, man, like a Terminator, you know, and they don't get tired. That's the thing. Robots don't get tired. You, as a human being, you get tired. Okay. This if this joint bends down, grabs a car, picks it up, and throws it, you gonna find out. Yeah, this ain't something I want to mess with. They got curfew, and then they got these things walking around. Boom, 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 picking up on sounds, picking up on audio or video. See, you can um you can sneak around and pass by a human being, a guard. But how are you gonna pass by these robots? See, a lot of these robots, like even in the drone footage, right? They can use satellite information to be able to look. They may not be looking directly at you, right? But just like how cameras work, they can tap into satellite information to see. They can see both what's ahead of them, and they can see what's in a certain perimeter of them, right? Anything that's moving, any heat signatures that's detected, they can do all that. So if you got these kinds of robots walking around as freaking curfew patrol guards, you know, or they got them in freaking these camps, you know, how the hell you gonna try to escape? They send these things after you with their robot dogs. Yeah, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there, man. Because we know, look, the people behind these inventions, we know what their quote unquote manifestos are, what their agendas are. And their agendas are not, oh, let me help you. They're already testing brain charagmas. Now they start off, oh yeah, yeah, you know, to help people who've been paralyzed and people who can't speak and stuff, and they can my man's what? You guys kill people. You realize you guys actually murder people. So if you murder people, why would you spend billions of millions and billions of dollars working on a cure to help people? You all of a sudden, that's what you always got to ask yourself. All of a sudden, you had a change of heart. You have something called a Kissinger depopulation policy, which is to actually depopulate, kill people, right? But yet you're spending millions of dollars to create and invent technology to help save lives. When you have a Georgia Guidestone that says reduce the world's population, right, to around 500 million, but yet you're spending so much money to save lives. You want to invent jump shots to save lives. Something is not adding up here. You know what I'm saying? You complain about overpopulation, but then you say you want to save lives. Something is not adding up here. You know what I mean? Unless when you say you want to save lives, you mean, well, we got to kill people to save lives. You know, we got to depopulate the earth to save lives, right? There was an experiment conducted by the Club of Rome, and they went into that. I think it was Global 2000, something like that. And they calculated. I think they said around the year 2075, the all the resources will be dried out. The earth will basically be extinct. People on the earth or life on the earth would be extinct because of overpopulation. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Overpopulation. Do you know how many parts there are on the planet you ain't even figured out? And you're worried about overpopulation because they want to reduce it to have enough to have total control. And then if they wanted to grow it from there, then they can do so. If they want to maintain it from there, they can do so. They got artificial wombs, wombs that you can grow babies in. That's the level that they're on now. When you really sit down and like turn around and analyze the world, you're like, yo, what is actually happening in this world right now? This is not normal. This is not normal. All right? Everything going on right now is not normal. All right? This is not something that just happens. You don't just get up and start doing shit like this. And you only really start to notice when you measuring the times diligently, when you're paying attention. Like you watch those videos that like Jason A does, and he takes all these things happening and puts it together in one video. That's when you really see, oh, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on that people are not aware of. You know why they're worried about Roe versus Wade and Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, whatever her name is. That's what they're worried about. Meanwhile, these devils are working round the clock to push their agenda. So just you wait. All right. Just you wait. 2 Thessalonians 2:5, it says, remember, actually, let me come down a bit. Yeah, all right. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time. And he's being revealed in this time. That's why we're such a threat. Not only are we revealing who these people are, but what their plans are. We're telling you, look, all these years, all the things that have been going on, they're the ones behind it. And everything you see happening now is just a cover story for what they're getting ready to implement. That's a problem, right? They need to shut us up. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So who is the one that letteth? It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the time is coming very soon where this devil's about to be taken out. But there's a purpose as to why he's still here. There's a reason why this devil is still in power. There's a reason he has power to perform these miracles in the sight of the beast. There's a reason he has this influence, and the sword was given to him. It wasn't for no reason. It was to accomplish prophecies. So he ain't going to be taken out the way until he does what he was put in the way to do. And not only is that to institute the MOTB and, this destruction and all that, but it's to actually bring about the Lord's judgment too. Because a heavy portion of death that's going to come is going to come by the hand of Esau being controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So, this thing is real. It's getting even more real. You got famines. And think about it once again. Who is behind all this? Destroying the food processing plants and orchestrating this man-made famine and the pestilence and all these. Who's doing that? The Most High is behind it, but he's using these devils to do it. When they come down and they start, starving people out, the lights go out, they send robots and super soldiers and troops after you. And who's going to be doing that? That's when the world is going to find out, yo, this guy's these guys are devils. See, the same way people are finding out about Biden, they're like, yo, this guy is horrible. He's yada, yada. Well, it's crazy because we told you that you didn't listen. The same way we're telling you about the plans of these devils and how sinister, right? And gruesome and evil and non-merciful they are. And it's like, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. All right. So when they bring these things upon you, we gonna tell you, yeah, it be like that sometimes. You may say, oh, wow, that's crazy. I just saw an article on flying drones maneuvering through. Then lo and behold, you start to go outside and see them actually being used. And now it's like, oh shoot, I thought it was just I thought what did you think it was? Huh? Just an article? It's just an article, right? They just because people just get up and write articles just for fun, right? I just wrote an article on what they're planning to do, but I want it to be just a nice, easy, calm read. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna write an article on them testing nukes and missiles, but that's okay. It's just a calm read. I just felt like writing that. You know, they getting ready to bring. First off, this guy, Robert, was it Robert Redfield, something, whatever, Redfield, the ex, uh, the ex-C director, came out and gave a stern warning about bird flu in man. That's what he said. He said it out of his own mouth. I don't understand how people are missing that part. The dude came out on TV March 30th, 2022, and said, look, this Sicky Wiki ain't the problem. It ain't even the thing you should be looking at. The thing you really should be worried about, which is going to be worse than Russia and China and yada, 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 is a bird flu in man. That's going to have what I think he said 30 to 60% mortality rate. I mean, the guy said it on live TV. And everybody's just like, yeah, I mean, be like, and then not long after that, they're talking about there's been a case of bird flu in a human being in the U.S. And once again, it's just being downplayed. Yeah, nobody's looking at it. That's another thing. But you got to understand, this Bill Gates came out and warned about some some demic coming. Everybody was yeah. And then boom, the shit came. And now I mean, but that's why they're so confident doing it, because they're like, look, we can come on live television, broadcast it to the world, sit here and tell these Americans, hey, this is exactly what we are going to do. Get ready. And these motherfuckers are still not going to get ready. Here it is. The devil himself is warning you about what he's getting ready to do to you. And Jake is just, oh, that's okay. That's A-okay. What? What do you do with people like that? How do you help somebody like that? I guess the answer is you don't. You don't. So it says here, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. See, then shall that wicked be revealed. He ain't just gonna be revealed as like, oh, these guys are Edomites. This is Esau, Edom. No, he's gonna be revealed as the wicked. He's gonna be revealed as who he is biblically and what role he plays in the earth, which is the wicked. And the world is gonna find out, yo, there's a reason there's constant talk about Esau, because they are wicked. It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's ultimately what everybody's going to be hoping and praying for. Everybody's going to be praying for some reset from this devil because of what the world is going to look like. The same way you people are literally handing him his NWO on a silver platter. When he starts instituting this, people are going to be begging for some way out, because you are going to be literal prisoners. All right, that's what you're going to be. You're going to be prisoners. It's going to be like in Egypt, but with technology. You're going to be digital slaves. See, it's fun to think, oh, wow, I could send a text with my mind. Yeah, but there's something called input-output, I/O. If you can output something, if you can send a signal, then you can receive a signal, right? If something can go out of your mind, something can come into your mind. If you can send a thought out, then you can receive a thought in. And anything that has technology always has a back door. All right? There's an override button somewhere. So they're selling this thing to you, and yeah, wow, yeah, that's that's something we all got to get into, yada yada yada. But nobody want to sit down and count the cost. Think about the consequences. Think about, wait, hold on, who is it exactly that's offering me this? Oh, the devil. Oh, the guy who has a mindset to get rid of me, right? Because he considers me a useless eater, and he wants to put technology inside my body, technology he can control, and I'm supposed to go ahead and acknowledge that and take that. Yeah, the IO stream. Yep, that's right. You know, so here it is. They can send sick. I mean, and you know what? At some point in the very near future, there's going to be a all of it is going to come full circle. The jump shot, you know what I'm saying? The charagma, all of it is going to come full circle. Because these devils don't waste time to do something just for no reason. There's always something behind why they do it. And it's all going to come full circle. You're going to find out, oh, like all the pieces are fitting together. Oh, this is what, oh, shit. This is very, very sinister. But a lot of people going to get got. See, I'm not trying to find out when I'm like, here it is. I'm on the ship and it's sinking. We all on the ship and it's sinking. And now I'm finding out I was right. That's not going to help me. I'm going to want to wish I was wrong. No, no, no. I want to be on the boat, right? The raft, the good boat. And if you sinking, that's okay. We both gonna find out who was right. But I don't want to risk my life sinking with you just because for whatever reason. No, no, no. I'm gonna jump. If I believe that this thing is crashing, I'm gonna jump ship. I'm gonna be on the right path. All right. I'm gonna stay on the path of following Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And then when we all find out what's going on, guess what? It's all right. It's okay. You know, it's a-okay. Um, verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that goes to show you that it's really the plan of the Most High, because the Most High gives Satan his orders. These devils work after the energy of Satan, so they're really following the orders of the Lord. You're trying to fight against the Most High by following orders the Most High gave you to fight against him. Oh shit, that's a mind twister right there. It says, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So when fast forward, you resume to real life, right? And you from your flashback of watching a video or being warned, and you turn around and there's some creature like this chasing your ass, T-1000, dude, just straight up, straight form. He don't even need to breathe. He doesn't flinch. He's just right behind you and shit, running through walls, running up walls, you know? And you turn around, you see something like that behind you. Remember, remember at that point that you're gonna need miracles, right? And you ain't gonna be looking for lying wonders. You're gonna be looking for some real miracles, right? You're gonna wish that you receive the love of the truth, that you might be saved, because these devils are coming. All right, they're coming, man, and that's the scriptures don't say Jeremiah 30:7, Daniel 12:1 for no reason. There is a reason. It's gonna be a time like never before. You people better prepare, man. You better prepare. Here it is. Imagine this nigga coming after you and you ain't eating in 3 days. And how you supposed to? Oh man. Oh shit. Watch the show. The feed. The show is really Con. Hey, low willing. I'll check it out. Low willing. I'll check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Actually, what I could go ahead and do is put the links in the chat. This is to the article. This is to the video, and I'm pretty much gonna end it here. And Lord willing, that's edifying to the elect. All right. So yeah, anyway, with that, Lord willing, you've been edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodesh. Until next time, Shalom.